What's up everyone, it's Q from Retro Q Gaming and I am fucking hyped for this announcement. That's all I can say. So Microsoft, during their press conference where they showed off a shitload of games and they showed off the Xbox One X, which is the official name for Project Scorpio, gave it a price and a date and all that and gave us the benefits and tech specs. That's not why you're in this video. The main reason you're in this video is because you saw this title and you wanted to hear either what I had to say about it or just the news in general. So, it's official. Microsoft is bringing official backwards compatibility to the OG Xbox. The Xbox 180, whatever you want to call it. They are officially going to support backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, and the Xbox One X. My god, trying to say the S and the X, that's just going to sound so really bad now. But the naming system can be confusing and almost terrible at some point. I think Xbox One X is an okay name. But anyway, that's beside the point. Back to the topic at hand. So the fact that they're actually doing this is not only a technical feat and a technical marvel, but it actually shows that Microsoft are listening. We all know that when they announced backwards compatibility a while back, that it was something that was considerably asked for from a wide variety. And over 50% of Xbox One users have ever played a backwards compatible title, per the official numbers from Microsoft. Forget whatever Ars Technica likes to misreport. But anyway, the whole point is that Microsoft seemed to be listening, which is promising, which I'm happy about. And when you think about it, this makes perfect sense for the simple reason is that the Xbox One, or well, the Xbox One family, so the Xbox One, Xbox One S, and Xbox One X, my god, these names, is actually more akin to the original Xbox than the 360. For the simple reason is the current Xbox family we have, that's the better way to describe it because of throwing letters around, is actually x86 DirectX based hardware, which the OG original Xbox actually was too. And the 360 was something completely different. It was I think it was an AMD 3-core PowerPC architecture. So it's very different when it comes to, you know, what they were actually able to do. And the fact that they're going to do this is brilliant. I love this. I love the OG Xbox. I absolutely love it. I realize I've said that like a couple of times now, but I love the OG Xbox. It's that simple. I'm sure many people do, especially if you're an Xbox fan nowadays. You probably like and, well, completely justifiably enjoy the original Xbox. So the fact that they're going to support these discs is awesome because I have a bunch of OG Xbox games. I can't wait to get the actual fact that I can put the disc in, probably download a digital version like the 360 games do when you put a disc in, and play them that way. So the fact that they support the discs is also cool. Now, on top of that, they have mentioned that yes, it is a little bit of a concern that people might not be able to get these games. The games can be 10 plus years old at this point. Well, they are 10 plus years old. And getting the discs and being in good condition and all, and some games being rare, you know, is a concern for them. So they're going to be making games available digitally as well. Now, similar to Xbox 360 backwards compatibility, it's not going to be a 100% thing, but it's still going to be a work in progress. So I can see them adding more and more over time, which is also cool. Now, to go on top of all of that as well, not only are they using a big, most lauded title that they've wanted, Crimson Skies is going to be one of the supported titles from the get-go, which is personally, I didn't like Crimson Skies, but I realized at the time how big Crimson Skies actually was. And the fact that many people have been asking for this, it's basically the biggest requested original Xbox backwards compatibility title. It's a pretty good thing for all those people. It doesn't affect me personally, but of course I can see how it's a good thing. Another thing to mention as well is that no matter what console you're playing on, Xbox, S, or X, the fact that they're all obviously most considerably more powerful than the original OG Xbox 180, that it will actually function similar to how the Xbox One X does with Xbox One games. My god, that's so confusing to say. Anyway, so if you are playing a backwards compatible title of an OG Xbox, it will basically use all the extra hardware and power and performance of any of the three Xbox One consoles, and it will give you a better experience for it. They'll be enhanced for that because it's going to be an individual software emulation on a game per game basis. So the benefits will be done in every different way on every different game, which again is cool. And it's also cool to be able to say that, hey, you know, this is our third console. You can play every generation of game from, well, technically it's every generation. You can't play every game, but you can play every generation of our console's history on our current console. That's a pretty important thing to say, especially when you look at all the other main consoles and main manufacturers. Look at, say, Nintendo. They don't do that anymore. You know, they've never actually done that because GameCube emulation is just completely missing from all their platforms for the moment. You look at Sony. I mean, the PS1 was obviously their first one. PS2 were backwards compatibility. PS3 had, and then had it removed, and then had it somewhat added again to a very slight degree. PS4, they make you just repay for all the other stuff that they have basically stopped bringing to us. But you get my point. At Sega, well, there's no point mentioning Sega at this point. But it's good. It's good to see that all that is coming, and I can't wait to actually see it. It's going to launch. The backwards compatibility for OG Xbox is going to launch later this year, which, you know, I personally can't wait for. The only thing I do want to say about the whole OG Xbox backwards compatibility is, Microsoft, you better let me support my peripherals. I have Steel Battalion 1 and 2. Granted, Steel Battalion 1 is all online only, and it's going to be, you know, the servers are obviously off, but I have Steel Battalion 2, which is an offline single player game. I have that controller, that 40 button, pedals, 2 sticks, whole thingamajig. You better let me use that, or else. Which brings me to another thing that they announced for this as well. The cool thing is that it's going to support System Link as well as multiple other features. They haven't gone into all the details. They just said, you know, original Xbox style features that we'd have on the OG Xbox. They're all going to be supported on backwards compatibility, or at least most of them will be. What they are on a game per game basis and what can and can't be done still remains to be seen, but we'll find that out in the upcoming months, which is, you know, pretty promising. And last but not least, just because it's slightly relevant to the whole situation we have here at the moment, the fact that we're getting Xbox One backwards compatibility with the OG Xbox, when you look at it, the original Xbox controller means a lot to a lot of people. I love the OG Xbox controller, the Duke as it's called, because the Xbox One S controller was a little bit too small for my big man hands. But when you look at it, that's kind of iconic to many people. And Hyperkin, third-party developer, or third-party manufacturer, I should say, who developed things like the Hyperkin Retron 5, they developed third-party controllers, etc. They are actually re-releasing and remaking an Xbox One version of the Duke controller. Personally, I'm not going to get it. I don't like Hyperkin's products myself, but many people out there are going crazy for it, and many people are going to buy it. It could be a quality product. Who knows? I'm just not really into their stuff, but I think it's a cool little throwback that they're actually doing that. So, what do you think of Xbox One? Well, let me try that again. Xbox 180 or OG Xbox backwards compatibility on Xbox One. Is it a feature you think was wasted development time? Do you plan on using it? Do you think it's a great idea? What's the deal? Let me know all of that in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the rest of the videos in my channel.